So give me 1 minute, please. Okay, so let's go back to our slide. This one. So the biggest mistake I've seen that people were making when they were looking for collaborator or network or host or whatever you want to call them. The first one, the lack of vision. So I've seen many people I just want to have mentor and say, please, do you want to be my mentor? Or I just want to stay with you and see how you are doing things. And but they don't think of it. They don't think of why they need the mentor. They don't think of where they want to go, where they want the mentor to bring them, or what they want to do with the collaborator, what they want to learn from the collaborators. They don't think of it. So they just go and write message to people and say, okay, I want you to help me. Or maybe there is a big vision and they want the mentor to give you this whole big vision. That may not be very, very easy for someone to accept because people are busy. They don't want to commit to this kind of big vision. And when you don't have vision, they don't want to help you find this vision because this is not their job. It is your own job to find that one. The other thing I've seen is that people are just taker. Since you're in position of mentee, we assume that you already want to take something because a mentee is someone who needs some help. So when you are a mentee, you want to take help from the mentor. So when they see the way you are writing, they know you're going to ask something, they know you're coming to take something. And they may try to help you if it does not require a lot of investment, if it doesn't require a lot of thinking, if they already know you, if they have a kind of relationship with you at the beginning. But if they don't know you at all and you just come and ask and maybe it's a big ask, they won't help you. Even if they start helping you in the beginning, you were taking, they start helping you because some of these people you also have sometimes you start the relationship with someone, they give you something, and then you come back, you ask again, and then you come back, you ask again and again and again. And one day they stop to respond, they disappear. You don't understand what happened. That's because we're taking too much of the time, of the energy, of the network, of the value, of everything they could have without giving any single thing. But you cannot be a mentee. You're going to be in a position where you know that you need someone to bring you somewhere and you're just taking. You should be in the position of giving and giving more than the mentor is giving you. When I say more, it's really hugely more, like 10 times or 20 times more to have one return of the mentee that is taking you, that is giving you something and you are taking. So you need to become a giver. And when I say giver, because you need to give in the long term to expect have a a kind of support from the mentor. You cannot think of it like you do it today, you have what you want, and then you go. Because if you want a collaboration, for me, any kind of collaboration or mentorship is a long-term process. Even if you're not so tight, it's still a long-term process. As far as you have met someone today and that you keep on nurturing the collaboration or the relationship, it will end up somewhere else. So it's supposed to be a long-term collaboration. But if you are focusing on, I need this postdoc, so the person gives you this postdoc, and you stop helping or you stop collaborating with this person because you got your postdoc position, you are free, and then you go on doing your postdoc, and one day when you're done with your postdoc, you realize that you need more opportunity. You come back again to the person to ask again help. Do you think the person will help you in this position? I don't think because you have not been engaging the person, you're only coming to the person when you need something. So that's not a relationship. It's not a win-win relationship. Since the mentor is ahead of you in the bracket, because there are also mentors that are at the same level of you. Let's say that today I'm talking mainly about the mentor that are ahead of you. You may want to be in the position of the person giving more, giving a lot more to expect have something in the return. And this something could be the thing that will propel your career. The other thing that is also killing people looking for mentorship is that they are so in the hurry. They really think that you ask someone to become a mentor just like this, and then the person become your mentor the same day. It's not a shortcut. It's not like you decide someone to mentor you, because mentorship is like marriage. It's if you remember, if you want to marry someone, do you want to marry the person in one day or in one week, in 1 month? You always say it's too slow or too quick. You may think of it as a 1 year or 6 month or 2 years relationship before saying that this is my mentor. But if you are doing it, you want it now, 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 the person will just run away because they will sense the urgency you need, and they feel like you gave them too much pressure, and they don't want to commit to pressure. Who want to commit to pressure? Because if there's a pressure, that means they may also take a mistake. They may also make a mistake, or they may not do the right thing for themselves. But they also need themselves. So this is the three biggest mistake I've seen, and I think certainly has made also. You are free to add what you think of it. You are free to add whatever reflection you have about it. If you have any kind of experience about it, feel free to write it in the chat or comment or add other mistakes you have also noticed in your own career or maybe with your mentor or mentee. So now, how do you position yourself to attract mentors or collaborators in order to build strategic collaboration and networking? The first thing you need to do is to find your purpose. That's what I did. So again, feel free to not do that. That's really what I did. You need to find your purpose. You are free to do whatever you want, but me, that's what helped me to attract mentor. I really say attract mentor. I don't think I'm writing to 10 or 20 of 100 mentors per year or per month. I don't do that. I know my purpose. I know my value, and I'm only trying to connect with those who are in line with my purpose. And when I say find your purpose, that means you need to be aware. The first thing to do that you need to be aware of what you care the most, because your purpose is not something that you decide that this is my purpose. It's something that is inside you, that is calling you within your soul, and that you have to listen to. And many people don't listen to their purpose. They just live life as life is moving. So life is going, they're just moving. Even if it's the society who told them to do something, even if it's the parent, even if it's because of some circumstance that they're doing something, they will never reflect and say, I'm doing this thing, but I'm not happy with that. Or maybe this is not what I really want to do. I want to do something else. So they just live, live, live. But the moment that you start and you pause and you become aware of what is calling you, where do you think you really need to invest your energy? It is the start of your future self. And this future self will in fact need people to help you transition from from you now, from your future you. And these people only come for those who are ready to take them. And for that, you need the clarity, the awareness, and about the problem you deeply care about. You may have a problem, you may have a passion, something that you care about. I've seen people telling me that they feel that they are called by solving breast cancer in Africa. I've seen other people telling me that they have really called about solving this kind of gender equity or gender issue. Myself, I'm called about solving neonatal death in Africa. It depends on what is your problem you care about. Me, I've identified the problem, other people, maybe by transitioning it myself, by seeing people dying across me, by seeing babies dying when myself I was in labor, by seeing how it was easy for me to die or for my son to die at a certain moment in their life when they were under 5, and that they were saved by a small moment of whistle from a nanny and a small moment of hesitation and thinking twice for me. The small moment that they had money or I had money at the moment to give them, to bring them back to the doctor, to do the test, everything at the same moment to save them. That's the moment you realize that people are dying. And if people are dying, because they miss something and you have been able to see this thing and to survive this, that means you may have a responsibility to solve or to help others life. So that's how me I become interested in solving neonatal death, for instance, in Africa. I've seen that people were dying a lot and we are not considering that problem as it should be considered. And I've also reflected on why it affects me so much. I don't want my kids to live in a world where in the future I could have been able to make their life better. They could have had the chance to see their child grow healthy, but they didn't because I've set back. I've told myself I should wait for the system to solve this neonatal problem while I should have contributed in a way. So that's why I become interested in neonatal birth because I want to create a better future for me, for my kids, for my grandchildren. And by doing that, I'm helping others also. So you need to sit down or sit and then clarify what is the problem you deeply care about? Who suffer the most if it's not solved? Why does it affect you? Why do you need that? Because in your conversation with your mentor, they will always ask you this kind of question. They won't ask you like what's the problem you care about. They will ask you that in another way. And if you're not clear about that, or if you are telling something today, tomorrow it's changed, it has changed. After tomorrow, it has changed again. They know that you're not serious, so they won't work with you. That means you are changing your mouth every single day. But if you are really clear about this thing and you have really specified or wrote them down somewhere, they will know that you are really aligned with what you have written them or told them the first time. You're not changing your mouth every single day. Once you know that, you have now the vision that should be aligned to that. If you consider the problem that you have, if you consider the problem and your purpose, you need now a vision. Where do you see yourself in next 6 months, 12 months, or 5 years? What do I want to achieve? Because you need the problem, but what do you want to achieve now? Who has already done that in your field and successfully that you can see? You don't need to know the person. You don't need to know the person in person. Like you don't need to have met the person before physically, but you do need to see someone else who is at least close or is doing what you want to do and is inspiring you. And it's very easy to do that. Since you have the problem you care about, it can be in any single field. You will always find someone who has done that before. Even if it's since 19 or 18,000, I don't know, you will always find someone who has done it before. It can be Marie Curie, it can be Albert Einstein, it can be Franklin Lucas King, it can be any single one that you say, okay, this is my calling, this is what I'm going to do. I don't see anyone doing that, having done that. But I've seen people who have walked through this path and have been pioneer in their field. So maybe I can't be the pioneer in my field. And you start to identify what you want to achieve, and you start to see those who inspire you and take them as model. If you don't have people to model, you may lack some kind of focus when life becomes difficult. When life becomes tough, you may lack some kind of problem of focus. So once you have your purpose, I think from here it's very clear, right? Are we okay now for this part before I move? Once you have your purpose, are we okay? Are we together? I don't see anything. Okay. Thank you. So once we have your purpose, this help you to position yourself. Because when I say position yourself, I really mean the person does not connect with you, let's say Gloria or Motinta. They don't connect with you as you are. They connect with the calling you have. And if the calling you have or the reason your calling is so strong in you, they feel connected with you now as a person. They don't feel connected with you, your name or your background. They really feel connected with something that is inside you. And if it's really aligned with their own ethical vision, their own awareness, something happen in them, and they start to to become like your best collaborator, your best mentors. They start to find a way to help you out. So this is how you position yourself to attract mentors and collaborators. Now, what do you want to do? What to say when to reach out? I won't say exactly what to say, but I will say what you should do before saying what you have to say. If you are going to see a mentor and your mindset is that, can he help me? Will it even help me? Will it reply? He won't reply. He's so bad. People say he's bad. People say so you are you have a lot of bad thoughts that are disturbing your mind when you want to reach someone. Even if your message look very nice, this bad thought will appear in your writing. I say it again, even if your message looks very nice when you are writing it in the email, this bad thought that you are telling yourself will still reflect on your writing, and the mentor will feel it and will not reply. That's simple as it is. They will not reply. Or if they reply, they will say no. Very simple. So what do you want to say? You need to rewire your mindset. You need to make sure that you are you tell your mindset that you really want to learn and grow. You tell your mindset that you are curious, you are committed, you are consistent. So if you're not yet ready to do that things, to ask yourself this question: am I truly ready to learn? Am I curious, committed, and consistent? What do I exactly want to learn from this person? And transition your mind from this hypothetical statement to becoming that person in your writing and in your action by doing small thing. It does not have to be big. It can be small thing like taking a training course, like writing a paper, like doing a community engagement event, like working as a part of an association. It can be a small thing to propel you to become this person you want to become. But still, you will have to work on your mindset. You will have to tell your mind that you need to be committed, you need to show up, you need to drive changes, you need to make sure that you want to learn. And if you tell it enough to your in your mind, the way you are going to write will have this emotion in the message. You are free to not trust me, you are free to not believe what I'm telling you, but I can tell you that there are people when they write, we can write the two same thing, but it does not relate, it does not feel the same way as people can take it. We write the same message, but someone look at it, the A answer, the other one look at the B answer, the same message, one is preferred to the other because the emotion in the message are clearly always felt by the reader. Always. If you don't know that today. There is always an emotion in the email and the message you are writing. Then you should consider that when you want to approach people, when you want to write your message, make sure that you drive a positive emotion. You drive an emotion of someone who is growing, who is passionate, who is curious, who is committed, because you have taken the step to become this person. The other thing you have to do when reaching out is to show genuine interest. There are people who just write about themselves. This is what I've been doing. This is what I know. This is my skills. This is everything. So if you take me, you are going to be so nice because I have all these skills. If you were so nice, you were not going to write to someone else. If you were this perfect person, you were not going to be in the position of writing a message or a call outreach to someone who does not want you. But if you are writing, it's because you need something. That means you're not perfect. So you should show genuine interest in the other person rather, showing how best your you are interested in their own fulfillment, not your fulfillment. How best their fulfillment how best their fulfillment can help you in your own career, and you want to help them reach their own accomplishment. But if you are focusing on all you, yes, the best person, I don't think it won't work as you think. It may in some cases where all the other people are just out because they are so low, and you are the only person showing this kind of drive. They want to take you out and discuss with you and see if what you say is really true or not. It may, but sometimes even go to the interview, they don't call you out because they don't feel what they wanted to feel. They didn't feel what they wanted to feel. So you should show genuine interest. You should do your homework on the person. You should really do your homework on the person. Look at all the social media. Look at all the article. See how the work aligns with yours. Show your why, because if their work align with yours, that means you may have the same why. You may, it's not necessarily, or they may be close enough so that they find in your why a synergy that they could use to expand their own purpose. So you do your homework, you see how their work aligns with yours, how their why align with your why. You should respect their time. So that means when you are writing, consider that they don't have time. I don't think I have a mentor who receive 150 or 200 emails per day. So there are some day that when it comes, 5 days of conference, they have 1,000 emails. You just throw them out, delete everything. So if you are writing today and you have a big message they want you to respond, it's too much effort. They won't answer because they don't have time to read this whole life that you are disturbing them with, and you want them to ask they won't have this time. So you should respect the time. You should be concise when you are writing, and you should make sure that what you are saying is really true. That means you really have read the article, you really have read their work, and you are really passionate about them. Don't say that you are passionate about their work while you don't even know what they're doing, while it is not true because just want the position. They always sense it. And you can do then small ask. Don't do big ask at the beginning. Do small ask. When I say small ask, it's usually to take that time and ask for a small meeting, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, not more. I've I don't think I've been asking for position directly in an email. You may accept was a volunteering call that was requested, but if it's a call outreach, it's easier to have a small ask than to say, take me for this PhD or take me for this postdoc without them knowing you. It's difficult. It's possible, but it's difficult. So after that, you need to be authentic in your communication. I already mentioned about the clarity of your vision and your purpose. Don't try to cheat. There are people who have seen a message someone wrote an email about it was copy and paste the life of a researcher in an email to contact a potential mentors for a PhD position, thinking that the person will never guess it. So really, it takes the profile of someone, he put it in his profile, and then put it CV and saying that he is the one who has done it. Says, well, it's not true. He has no evidence of that, but he wrote it in the email just for the person to have the interview or all these things. So they sense the cheating, they sense you are not the person you meant to be. They really want authentic people. They want truth people. If you are not like that, start to become like that, because in the past I think people were always pretending to be someone and it was okay, but now I believe more and more the people I've met, they really want truth people, authentic people who accept their limitation, who accept their weaknesses, who know their values and who stand for their values. So if someone come to them and tell me something to do, if the things is against my value, my mentors knows that I won't stand for that, and I will say no, whoever the person is. So if I know my values, they will know that this person is like this. If you want her to become like this, you will struggle a lot. Or you may have to evidence her why she need to change her mind. And you really need to have proof of that. If you don't do that, forget about it. And the norm is like this, so that I don't pretend to be the person who is pleasing. I don't please anyone. You are free to not be happy with me. If I want to apologize, I apologize. But if I'm not happy, I'm not happy. And if I'm happy, I'm also happy, and I'm very grateful for every kind of support they provide me. So you need to be authentic in your communication, in who you are, in your purpose, in your vision, because the small moment one of these things has changed, that's the moment you lost them. That's the moment they don't reply to you. That's the moment they stop supporting you. So make sure that your purpose is clear, you are authentic, you show genuine interest, and that you have committed to become someone else, and you rewrite your mindset. This is the first part. Before moving to the where do we get collaborators, I think you already mentioned it in the group. We spent where you were taking collaborators in LinkedIn, social media, all these things. I just put it back here. Actually, we take collaborators everywhere. I know you may know that, but let me say it back for other people. You can have collaborators and mentors everywhere. In scientific documents, in books, in government documents, any single places, in conference, networking event, working groups, society, any network, social media, everywhere. The trick is to really engage with people. Don't look at people in a group and you stop interacting with them as soon as the group is finished. Don't be in a network you never discuss with people who are just here to see and consume. You are wasting your time. I'm very, very, very much confident in this thing now. More than any single thing you can do today is to really have authentic connection with people in any kind of group and network, society, and even you are. It does not have to be a lot of people. One person is enough. Just one group. Make sure that you have at least one, two, or three person that you have really had a authentic connection, and you continue to engage with this person after the event, after you really continue to engage with it authentically. Don't wait and hope that this person will remember you in the future. Excuse me, my kids are at work, so I'm not used to having to work at this time. So you have to be authentic in any network. I remember I went to a conference. It was a conference of American Society of Microbiology amid the COVID pandemic. It was fully online. Fully online event. That means you're not supposed to meet anyone. Or maybe if you meet someone, it's just writing chat and you have a list of people. While I was attending to this virtual event, I went to find the put keyword to find people who had the same interests as me. I reached out to many people and then I wrote them when they responded to the in the platform. I went outside, we shared the email, we continued the email. Some of them we went on LinkedIn. The other one is the person who become now like a sister, Safia Dawo, and we created an association, the African Women in Science. That is a small networking event or a big networking event online with authentic effort. It takes effort, yes, to build and nurture the collaboration. Sit, connect, have a call, discuss with the person. I'm going in the working group for the World Health Organization. I'll always have three people that I can rely on them. One of the person send me, I think, the offer for contribute with her on a paper that was published at Lancet. She could have taken anyone, but she decided that maybe I'm younger, maybe something happened in her mind. Said this one, I've connected well with her. Maybe she's younger, she needs this kind of article, and she has the expertise, so we can work together. And that's what we did. Small, intentional relationship. The other one, I went in UK to meet. I went to meet one single mentor. The mentor allowed me to meet other people, no particular things. We're just discussing. And when you discuss, we always have to share your purpose. Remember that you always have to share your purpose, not your skills. They don't care about your skills at the beginning because you are not more experienced than many people. and anyone can learn your skills, but not anyone can have your vision or your passion or your drives. So we went to learn chatting, and then after that, someone remembered me. She was part of the committee. The committee, they were looking for one person from Africa, one single person from Africa who had expertise in diagnostic antimicrobial resistance and could be member of a committee, another committee. She said to the person, I have the exact person that is for you. And my name appear in these people. So if I was just going there and to show off or just say mentor me, I would have missed some kind of opportunities. But if you go and try to be you and align with who you are and really try to give to people the most as you can give without thinking, what am I gaining? That's how you build strategic and meaningful collaboration. I pause from now to take some of your questions before moving to the final advice because we have 15 minutes away to go. Do we have question? So no question, that means no one is getting anything. Hello? It is a free space. Don't be scared that there's no dummy question. There's no bad question. I mean, you have a question. You may have question that can help other people. So don't be shy. You can write in the chat if you don't want to speak, and you can feel free to ask your question. No question, so I should just continue and close. Your mic I open. So no question, right? Blaise, do you have a question, Joseph Blaise? Alvin. Yes, Numagugu. I hope I say it well. I think you can open
Thank you
your
so much,
camera.
Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Mine is not really a question, but just to give you assurance that your presentation is very clear and it's finding space inside some of us. I am reflecting really on whether I've been doing the right thing or not. So the lack of questions on my side is not that I'm lost in the presentation, but rather I have found a space to hold on to. It's speaking to me really. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your contribution, Numagugu. I hope I said your name properly. Mutinta, I don't, Joseph. No question. Yours.
Yes, yes. Hey, everyone. Your presentation is very, very informative, clear, and I am so renew my mind to know the relation between mentor and mentee. But I have a concerning the mentorship. Is it have a limit in terms of years or in terms of age to stay a mentee or to become a mentor? I don't know.
That's a beautiful question. You see, you had question. That's a great question, Professor Joseph, please. I don't think there is a limit of age. I don't believe there is a limit of age. Anyone can be a mentor, anyone can be a mentee. I think at any level of life, you need a mentor. Whatever you are doing, if you are growing in life, the more you are growing, the more mentors ahead of you, you will have to look for. And if you don't do that at all stage, you may be stuck a bit or work more than you should. But if you always look for a mentor ahead of you, you are going faster and farther because they will give you shortcut and the easy guidance. I think the more, whatever progress you do, you should become a mentor for others. I'm not that ahead of anyone in this room. I think some of you are even professor, but I'm trying to give back to the small I had to other people who are looking for this guidance. So I also think that those who are also master or PhD or whatever the age they have, they can already try to be a mentor for other people. It doesn't have to be too much, but it just has to start somewhere. It has to start where you are with the little knowledge you already have. Does it make sense? Does it make sense, Joseph?
Okay.
Do you have, was it two questions? I just answered the second. I don't know if there were two questions.
No, it's okay for me.
Okay.
I, I, I just think that many who want to join have discussion about the use of team
Yeah.
because me also I try for 10 minutes before coming in. I think you can, I don't know, you can, what can I try to say? It's not possible to use uh, Zoom or try to learn more about team because team sometimes not easy to join if you
Yeah,
don't have a good network connection. I don't know.
that's true. That's very true. Yes, Team is taking a lot of bandwidth. That's true. We will see in the future if you can allocate some Zoom space because this one is what is already integrated. So we will see. Thank you for your feedback. Okay. So let me close then with the final advice before we move because it's 1:48. I hope you can see my screen now. So final advice that I've always seen and I think can also help you. You need to remember that no one owe you anything. No one owe you any single thing. It's not because you are looking for help that someone needs to give you this help. It's not because you are reaching out to someone that the person has commitment to help you. Nothing. No one cares. It's your life, and they have already suffered for their own life. They have already suffered to be where they are. So if someone doesn't want to help you, they don't owe you anything. You don't have to be upset about that. Maybe it's not the right person for you. Maybe it's not the time for the person, but they don't owe you. Don't feel because I felt that, or I feel that many African people, because we have this mindset that we don't have money, we don't have time, we don't have resources. We are now looking for help, saying that since you have already achieved everything you have achieved, you owe to give me back. No one owe you. They don't owe you. They don't owe you anything. They decide to give it back to the society. It may be through you or it may be through some other means, but they don't owe you this thing. So if you go with this mind that, this person refused to help me, well, they don't owe you this help. They don't owe you this help. The other thing that goes through that, it's not always you. Someone could not help you, but because on their hands, because they're human, they may facing health issue, they may facing family issue, they may having a lot of maybe issue they don't want to tell you. They don't want to tell you that they're traveling. Maybe they are relocating to another institution. They don't want to tell you that the institution is not a good institution, or they are fighting with their boss, all these things. So they don't reply to you. As simple as that. So it's not always you. Sometimes, and many times even, people have just their own life to care about, and they don't have time to care about you, and it's a lot. Also, what you have to know is that collaborators and mentors are not always far. Sometimes they are already across you. If you just look closely, those who are already surrounding you, I'm very sure that you will have at least one mentor. It can be your family, it can be in your from your friends, it can be at school, it can be at university or small groups you're already part of. Because mentors can be me. I have mentor who can my parent, my husband, my brother-in-law. Because when you have a mentor, someone who can assess what you are explaining and give you honest feedback and to allow you to take the best decision. But if you're just looking for people up to you, thinking that people up to you, and especially those from high income countries, are only those who can be your mentors, that means you are already blinded and you may miss a lot of opportunity from those already in your surroundings. Also, don't assume anything. I've seen a lot of mentees saying that they discuss with the mentor, they discuss with the mentee, and the mentee say this and that, and they start to take the experience of a mentee to assume this is how the person behaves. It may be true, it may be a sign, but it's good if you analyze with your own lens. You can take the perspective of the mentee and try to see and cause the finding or cause the feeling with that of the interaction with the mentors itself or with the mentee, because I will take an example. If I'm from Cameroon, I'm reaching out to someone from, let's say, from South Africa, and before me, someone has from Cameroon has really behaved badly with the supervisor. Do you think when the mentor or the supervisor will receive my message saying that I'm from Cameroon, he will say, yes, come again? They will say, no, they won't reply because maybe the mentee has done something before and the person is now behaving differently with other people in the group, and you will think that it is because of the mentor itself. What is something else happening that you don't have control on it, and you need to analyze and with your own lens. I'm saying it because you don't know. Human is so complex that you cannot just assume that what you think is true. You cannot. You need to find also what works for you and do that more. If you realize you did something in the past and it turned us to a yes, continue doing that. If you realize you did something, you have another opportunity, continue doing that again and again. So find what's working for you and do that more. Almost the final, a mentor is not always a coach, but a coach could be your mentor. In your message in the group, you've mentioned that you want a mentor to help you find career guidance, find support, accountability, all these things. That's good, but it may not be the right person to do that at some point. A mentors can be here to help you find decision, not to decide, like I mentioned, the final point, not to decide, not to be just across you telling you that, oh, you need to go and do this thing. Now it's time to write. Now it's time to do this. No, that's a coach. That's a coach who tell you and who push you every single day. And it's not easy to have a mentor who is also a coach. That's not easy. It is possible, but it's not easy. Myself, I think I only had one who was mentor and coach, and the person cannot do it as tightly as you think. The person let you have some stuff, some effort, and you have to continue on your own because you are an adult. You are supposed to decide of your life, decide where you want to do, where you want to go. So the mentor can never and should never decide for you. You need to remember that. I've seen people that are really adult. They want to take a decision and they ask the mentor, what should I do? Who is going to respond to that? What should you do? Because if they say do this and then you fail, it becomes the responsibility of the mentor. They won't tell you what you should do. You should maybe you ask the question, if you were me, will you do? They will ask you if it's possible, they will try, but most of the time they run away from that kind of question. So don't let yourself focusing on the mentor should be there to absolutely help you avoid failure. You will still fail, but it's better to have someone to rely on to help you fail with grace, because that means you put all change on your end, than to have no one and failing without knowing why you are failing, without knowing where you want to go, without knowing how to move in the right direction. So with that being said, I hope this session was very helpful for you. And as you mentioned in the in the chat that you were going to be interested if you have any kind of tool to help you. I will share a link in the WhatsApp group for people who want to register for upcoming AI solution or product-based services to help you nurture your relationship, to find a person, to nurture the message, all these things, so that you save time by writing people, but writing good message and having a yes that will help you. So I hope it was helpful to you. Feel free to let me have question if you still want. There's still 4 minutes remaining, or write in the chat and subscribe to our channel, my LinkedIn, YouTube, any single places you can. Thank you. Yes, we share the recording on YouTube. Once we remove any type of, we share the recording on YouTube, yes. There was a question from Mabel. I've not seen that one. How does one effectively write to a host? Tips on writing to have a positive response from hosts. I have written to many hosts for collaboration, but I have never received any feedback from them. What could really be the problem? So like I say, Mabel, you need to start to think first about your purpose, your vision, your calling, and your mindset. All these things are linked. Once you really know where you want to go, you will have to identify those people who have done what you want to do, and you will also have to train your mind to make sure that what you are writing convey a positive impression to the person and does not convey the need of taking something. So all these things need to appear in your writing. And what could be the problem? I need to see how you write your message. I cannot know. I need to see how you write your message. I need to see at what time you write the message. Do you have an answer, no answer? I need to know all these things to tell you or diagnose perhaps the problem. So if you need much help, you may want to book a call for a further discussion, Mabel. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Next time.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.